Again, my name's Gabe Zolna. I posted Bagram Air Base attacked. That went up on November the 12th, 2016. YouTube demonetized it. I queried it, and they came back and stayed firm. Whenever I report news, real news, this is what happens. But I want to share some of the comments some of the viewers made. Hi Gabe, wanted to let you know that Abel Danger asked what his listeners thought about you. He mentioned you put up a video about a pedo freaks. I gave you a great review. He is Marines. Anyway, their channel is absolutely awesome. He has been making a cause against all those players for 10 years. That Christie lady you mentioned in your video is his sister. He's a great guy too, like you. Another viewer wrote, good call, laugh out loud. It's the Clintons back at it again. The Russians knew when to leave. Here's one that I think's really informative and worth sharing. History has proven that, quote, conquest is easy, end of quote, but, quote, control is not, end of quote. Afghanistan is a fool's folly. Throughout history, many people have tried to conquer the land, but were never able to control it. Afghanistan is rich in rare minerals, which those in power dreaded and dreamed of exploiting. Some also say that extraterrestrial artifacts have also been recovered from that land. There's much here that American people are not being told about. How many more American sons and daughters have to die so needlessly before sanity prevails? The most painful thing in the world is to have to watch a mother bury her own child and to cope with the grief that follows. It's one thing to defend your own homeland, but it's something entirely different when you march off to foreign land to conquer someone else's homeland. So many Americans have died so needlessly. It's time to stop the madness now. One quick way to stop the madness is put those members in the Senate and in Congress on their front line. You'll stop the madness. See, they don't care. It's not their daughters. It's not their sons. It's not their wives. It's not their fathers that are being slaughtered. It's ours. And we're expendable. Another viewer wrote, I'm very familiar with Sun Tzu. When I was a young boy, I had a grandfather who served in the American Armed Forces during World War II and who was deployed to France. He was a scout, and he was one of those fellows who got caught up in the Battle of the Bulge when the Germans counterattacked right before Christmas in 1944. He was wounded in battle, and he received a Purple Heart for his sacrifice. My father also served in the military and was in Germany at the time when the Berlin Wall went up, when it took and looked like a war with the Soviet Union was a real possibility. And my uncle narrowly avoided being drafted for service in Vietnam. One of his friends wasn't so lucky, and he came home in a body bag in 1972. They used to call it a draft lottery back then, but that was one lottery that you didn't want to win. Growing up, I used to hear the stories, and I used to see how it changed many people. Vietnam was horrible. They're always so quick to take us to war. I love this country, but those in power really don't give a damn about us. Perhaps things will be different when Donald takes power. And that's exactly why I said what I did in my previous comment. You want to stop war? Put them on the front lines. One of the most insane Well, there's a whole lot of insane things this administration has done, but establishing rules of engagement, how insane is that? Hmm? You think you'd have rules of engagement if you had senators and congressmen on the front line? I'm inclined to think not. I want to thank the viewers for taking the time to comment. As far as Afghanistan is concerned, again, I totally agree. It's a fool's folly. You'd think that the American people, the American government, would have known that if Russia spent 10 years battling and lost, what makes anyone think we can win? We can't. We're protecting the poppy fields. That's why we're there. There's no other reason. They're going to continue killing themselves as they have for centuries. We can't stop it. No one can. What needs to happen is we need to pull our military back, build a wall, protect our country. Let them do whatever they're going to do to themselves. That's sort of what I think. And you got a good idea as to why I think what I think, don't you? I want to thank those viewers. What JR wrote was worth sharing. Pass it along if you agree. If you don't, well, you might be watching the wrong channel.